So the next thing that we're learning, and we're still on page 95, is learning how to now take our mixed radicals and convert them back into entire radical. Meaning if there is a coefficient in front of a radical, we want to take this back in here so it ends up becoming an entire radical. Okay, so same kind of process that we have learned in other number systems. We have learned how to take fractions and put them in mixed fraction forms, and then put them back in improper, from decimals to whole number fractions to decimals. So these are different processes we learn in math, so that when we need to, and it's more easier for us to work with one form versus the other, we can switch back and forth. Okay, so we're going to take this mixed radical and we're going to convert it back into an entire radical. And this is the easy part. It is really the easiest part of radical conversion. Okay, so the only thing you need to really take a look at it is the index here. Okay, so if the index here that invisible 2, so that means, I'm just going to write it here so that we know that. So that means when this 3 goes back inside, it is going to get squared. So remember, we square rooted it to take it out, and when it goes back, it's going to become squared again. Okay, so whatever the index is, follow that. So that number will get to that power. So this will become 9, and then 9 times 7 is 63. So now this became square root of 63. Right? So 3 root 7 becomes square root of 63. Likewise, if you wanted to take it the other direction, you would have first found a perfect square, which is 9, which would take out 3. So you can see how it connects. And it's basically the same thing when it comes to cube root. In fact, for 4th, 5th, 6th root, not that we're going to see a lot of those, but I'm saying it's the same idea. So here, your favorite fraction is going to come back in, and because the index here is cubed, this entire fraction is going to get cubed. So remember, when we are taking a fraction to a degree, any degree, the numerator gets cubed, so that becomes, it stays 1 cubed is 1, 2 cubed is 8. Okay, a little bit math here again. So you would write that as 1 times 160. So what I do is, so that I don't get my mixed number of fractions and whole numbers confused, if I have a fraction, I will also write my whole number over 1, so I can clearly see my numerator and my denominator, so I know the function and how what to do with them. So remember, in fractions, numerators multiply and the denominators multiply. In this case, you could reduce, but or you could write it as 160 over 8 first and then reduce. It's up to you which method you like the most. So this ends up becoming 20. You can see that you can't easily convert it back into half 3 root 160 again, because it just kind of got simplified in there. But if you were to take this value and put it in the calculator, it would be the exact same value of this one. So they are the same numbers, even though now you may not be able to move it back into that original form as it shows. It will become something else, but not as that. Okay? The only thing I forgot in here is that I forgot to bring forward my little cube sign. So please don't forget that. And that is very important. So that cube sign needs to come along with us. Okay?